They're jealous of you because in their mind, y'all should be equally yoked. All right. So in this video, we're talking about why people in your life, whether it be friends or family members, are so reluctant to paying you respect, right? Holding you to the regard that you earned, right? Showing you love, appreciation, and giving you your flowers for the things that you've achieved in life, even if you've helped them, even if you've put them in a better position, put money in their pocket, or help them put themselves in a position to make more money. It's like no matter what you've done for these people, they are so reluctant to support you, to uplift you. And you get competition vibes from these people. You get envious and jealous vibes from these people. And it's all because they feel like y'all should be on the same level. Now, when we're in middle school or high school, everyone is pretty much on the same level. Like the only things that may separate people is how they dress in school, the shoes they wear, if their family comes from money or not, or, your clothes, or just those small nuances, right? But when we graduate school and we get into the real world and our status in life is solely dependent on our efforts and what we study and what we do, we learn that as time goes by, a lot of people level up, right? Some people level up in life. Some people go left. Some people go right. People go in different directions, people pursue different things, and we really start to see who people are years after high school. Like, okay, this person went into this field, they're that type of person, or this girl became an investor, this guy became a singer. Like people come into their own, right? But sometimes when people look at others and they do too much comparing, right? They're comparing themselves to these people as if, well, we should be on the same level. So this person isn't above me, even though they've put in the work, even though they've spent hours and hours perfecting their craft, even though they've made financial sacrifices to get to where they are. Sometimes it is hard for people to acknowledge the fact that people have chose to move forward in life, to sacrifice, to work hard to get to where they are, just because y'all are the same age, just because y'all grew up in the same town, or y'all came from the same family. It is very dangerous to surround yourself around these envious people who are unhappy, who see your accomplishments as triggering, right? When you accomplish something, it triggers them because it sheds light on what they're not doing at their age. It sheds light on what you were able to accomplish in 10 years and what they were not able to accomplish in 10 years. And you will start to slowly see how these feelings of jealousy and envy manifest when they're around you. So, for example, let's say you're talking to a family member or a childhood friend, and y'all are talking about just a mutual conversation about business, money, and career, right? And speaking hypothetically, you say, I invested in my very first Airbnb. I'm excited. And you tell that person about what it took to sacrifice, how much you had to spend, what you've made so far in the whole process. And you're just passionate about creating passive income for yourself. Y'all are having a regular grown conversation about passive income. And some people will completely try to downplay your accomplishments and make it seem like it's really not that much of an accomplishment. It's not that impressive. It's not that great. And they'll be like, well, I mean, that's easy. Anyone can do that. All you have to do is save up some money and just do it. Or they'll bring up someone else that's doing it that they don't even know. Like, well, I follow someone on Instagram that has 10 Airbnbs and he makes $80,000 a month. And they'll just completely try to downplay what you have going on because it's really triggering to them. It shows that they haven't even taken the first step to creating passive income for themselves. So instead of just having confidence in their own journey, being proud of where they are in life, they choose to be competitive and envious and look at you like a threat. So yes, sometimes people will use downplaying others as a coping mechanism for themselves so they don't feel so bad about where they are in life. And let me tell you something. It is so dangerous for your subconscious mind to be around these unhappy people because you will never be able to do enough to impress them, right? You will never be good enough. No matter what you do in life, they will never congratulate you. They will never support you. And they will always act like what you're doing is just normal or anyone can do it or they know someone else who's doing it better. And it'll start to play mind tricks on your subconscious mind, making you feel like you're never good enough. Right? Making you feel like what you're doing in life is not impressive or, it doesn't deserve any acknowledgement. So being around people who are just plain unhappy is so detrimental to your own spirit. You have to separate yourself from people who are constantly negative, pessimistic, and who find it hard to be happy for others. Now, the funny thing is, right? These types of people will not treat everyone like this. They will acknowledge some people and they will intentionally not acknowledge others, right? So, for example, if someone is out of their reach, they don't know who they are, they've only kind of heard about them or seen them, admired them from afar. They may be older than them. They may have way more accomplishments, or they may be rich or have a strong social media presence or fame and popularity. They'll have no problem giving those people their props. They'll have no problem paying their respects and putting them on a pedestal because to them, it's okay for them to look up to these people, right? Because they didn't grow up in the same place. Their life is more mysterious to them, right? So what they don't know, they're actually intrigued by. So they don't mind being a fan. They don't mind putting those people on a pedestal. But you know what they say? Familiarity breeds contempt. When someone feels like they know you, when someone feels like they know your whole life story, they know exactly what you've been through, they know all your flaws, then they will find ways and make excuses to not respect you. They will make excuses to not acknowledge your accomplishments because, I know how she really is. Or they know something that you've done years ago and they'll hold that against you for years and years and use that as an excuse to downplay you. So, for example, I was getting close to this girl that I met in middle school, right? So we were close for maybe a year or two, and we became close later on in life. We weren't really childhood friends. So she, kind of came to me in the beginning, asking for my help, wanting me to help her with her brand because, she's seen that I have a hair company and a successful YouTube channel. I make money off my business. So that's what I love doing anyway. I love helping people build their brand. I love helping people market. That's just my thing. I just love business. I just love business. I love helping people with business. So that's where our relationship started, right? And as we started to hang out more, we were kind of building friends. We would support one another. We would build each other up. We would acknowledge each other's accomplishments. We would check up on each other. And in my perception, it was just a building healthy friendship, right? That's what I thought it was. Until one day I felt like everything changed, right? So she was around me and another one of my friends, and this friend came around drunk. She was starting trouble and she was just a hot mess. And we ended up getting in an argument, right? So we get into the argument, and it's like a big commotion, and the whole thing was just messy. It was a messy moment, right? Now I have maybe like a fallout or like a big argument with one of my friends. I don't even know, once every 4 years. Like, me and my friends don't argue like that, right? At all. So this situation it was rare. It was unfortunate because we ended up completely falling out after that. But that situation really did affect me because it was just energy draining. You know, that person tried to lie on me, throw me under the bus. It was just a hot mess. And after that day, the friend that I was hanging out with went behind my back and was telling mutual friends about the situation. People who weren't even there to witness it, right? And something in me just knew who she was talking to about the situation. And I just knew she was dramatizing the situation because of how she acts. Some people are so sanctimonious and act like they're better than, people in situations. And she was kind of like playing victim, like, oh, I don't want to be around her and her friends. They're so messy, just giving that holier than thou type of attitude. Like, oh, I don't want to be around those low vibrational people. I don't like hanging out with women because they're this and they're that. And I can tell that she was dramatizing the situation and making it bigger than what it was. And not only that, but even acting like a victim of the situation. Like, her energy just got drained and she don't want to be around me and my friends because of this and that. And I confronted her on that situation. Mind you, I had no idea. I had no proof. It was just something in my spirit told me that she was going behind my back talking to people about the situation because I know how she can act holier than thou. And when I confronted her, she admitted to doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I know I'm not crazy. When I have a feeling that someone is waiting for an opportunity to slander my character, when someone is waiting for an opportunity to make me look crazy in front of other people and change other people's perspective of me, I know I'm not tripping. So in my opinion, I felt like because she finally seen where my life had imperfections, that gave her the green light to downplay me, right? That gave her the green light to magnify all the imperfections, all the flaws that she witnessed in my life. And she was able to slander me, like simple as that. She was able to slander me because she thought she had me figured out. She, in her mind, thought that she had a one up on me just because she's seen an imperfection in my life. So immediately after that, I had to separate myself from her because that's the moment that showed me that she is waiting for an opportunity to slander me, right? She is waiting for an opportunity to talk about me. She's waiting for an opportunity to have the tea on my life. So what that did was it reminded me that hate is stronger than love, right? Somebody may act like they love you. They may act like they want the best for you, and they may act happy for you. But showing love can actually be a cover up for how someone actually feels about you, right? Someone can show you love and it can be real, and that same person can show you love and it can be fake, right? Love can be a cover up, but hate cannot. Because if somebody hates on you, you know exactly how they feel about you and you know exactly where y'all stand. So what you have to do is you can't look at the positive times between you and someone and sum up your entire relationship based on those times, right? You more so have to judge the relationship on the negative times. You know, when they say, if you've never argued with a friend, y'all not real friends, because you'll never know what will actually come out that person's mouth when y'all are in an argument. You'll never really know how that person really feels about you until they're pushed to that, to that limit. So it's like, how could you know if someone is your real friend when the relationship is not tested? How could you know if that person isn't being 100 with you? If they're not being real with you, if everything is all peachy, everything is all perfect, no one ever gets into it, no one ever, gets into debates or ever has a disagreement, how would you even know that's your real friend? How would you know that that person will have your back when you need it most? How do you know that? Right? So I would rather have friends who are obnoxious, who are rude and rambunctious, than having a friend where our relationship is just so perfect that we don't want to offend each other to the point where I don't even know who this person really is or how they really feel about me. And, looking back at my friendships, I realized that my most solid, durable friendships have been with girls who are crazy. Like girls who are rude, rambunctious, girls that don't care about hurting my feelings if it's their opinion, girls that will give me constructive criticism, that will keep it real with me. Those friendships have lasted so much longer than my quote unquote perfect cookie cutter, we never offend each other friendships. Because the moment those friendships got tested, I found out how those girls really felt about me. So in the end, I found out that the girl that I was hanging out with, her being able to see me in a distraught state or seeing imperfections of my life, her being able to see me down actually brought her self-esteem up, right? It boosted her ego. It gave her permission to go behind my back and talk smack about me as if she was better than me. And I just realized this world is really crazy. Sometimes people will only respect you if you have a level of mystery about you, if they don't know everything about you and your process in your life. Because the moment they think they have you figured out, that's when they'll start to downplay you and disrespect you. So when you realize you're around people who are not appreciating you anymore, not treating you with respect anymore, then it's your time to separate yourself and go through that period of solitude where you can just work on yourself, love yourself, pour into yourself, and only put yourself around people who pour into you as well. If you're around people that are constantly waiting on you to mess up in order to talk about you and laugh at you, you don't need those people around you, right? So separate yourself from these people, retract your energy. Don't give them no more of your energy, of your light, of your resources, of your advice, of anything about you. Let them figure it out themselves. You don't need anyone around you feeding off your energy. And then once they get enough, they just discard of you. Learn how to identify who in your life is actually showing you support and love. Sometimes we may want to be accepted by a certain person or a certain group of people so much that we're blind to who's actually active in our lives. So if you want to be accepted by your peers, right, but your peers are not really accepting you, then just understand that you may be ahead of your time. Just because you are accomplished and you are ahead of the game, you may be triggering people or making people feel insecure about themselves. So it's okay, you're the black sheep of what you thought you were supposed to fit into, but you're actually meant to fit into something much, much greater. The people that you're around, do they push you to be greater? Are they challenging you? Are they teaching you new things, right? If the people around you are not challenging you and forcing you to be better, maybe you shouldn't be around those people anyway. And if your real passion is giving advice or counseling people, then start a business. Make people pay you for that, right? Don't just have people around you soaking up your energy thinking that you giving that part of you is going to create loyalty in your life. So, once again, they are jealous of you because in their mind, y'all should be equally yoked. All right? Don't let these people's insecurities and comparisons and competitive nature make you feel any less of yourself, because your light, the way you shine, just exposes what they're not doing in their life, and they may project these insecurities onto you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications and send this video to anyone that you know that you think may need to hear this message. And always remember, grow in peace. Success is a journey, not a destination.